Welcome to Talking Tech, our new web series where we talk with Hillsborough teachers about their experiences with virtual teaching and learning. I'm Tom McDonald, the Technology Integration Coordinator.
Hi, cool cats and kittens. Sorry.
Love it.
Okay, it's not Carol Baskin. I'm Shirley Mostowski, and I'm the computer support teacher, one of them, for Amsterdam, Woodfern, and Triangle Elementary Schools. Today we have Karen Stapleton with us. Karen, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Karen Stapleton, a fourth grade teacher at Woodfern Elementary School, and I've been there teaching. This is my 11th year.
Okay, Karen, can you share with us anything? I know this is a difficult time for everybody, figuring ways to make things work best for parents, teachers, and students. Is there anything you're finding that you're doing that is really helping you out?
So one of the biggest obstacles we had to get over was trying to keep on top of all the work that our kids are doing. So we have about 5 different assignments each day, and we are working really hard to keep on top of them to make sure that everybody's doing their work, they're doing it appropriately, they're getting the feedback that they need and the help that they need. So typically what we do is open up both a Hapara window and a Google Classroom window. The great thing that Hapara has allowed us to do, I'm going to share my screen, is it's allowed us to see timestamps for when the kids are working on what. And in the case of that, it lets me see what they're doing, where they are, what they're in their latest documents. So if you don't know where to go because they don't have their Chromebooks, so this is not the usual see what's on their screens. Up at the top of the screen, it's under sharing and then all docs. And typically every time I go in this, I just hit my refresh button. And what it will show me is every student, and I get timestamps. So Sean here hasn't, my last doc 20 minutes, 50 minutes, 46 minutes. My friend Dylan is in a document right now. One of the things that we can do when we can't get a hold of them or get their attention is we can go directly into their document. So what I've done is while I see that a student, the last time he touched it is a minute ago, if I go into that doc, chances are he's still in there right now typing. And one of my favorite things to do is go in there, put my cursor in the document, not in the comments on the side, and start literally typing to them. Hello, do you see me? And we've had lots of students who just simply freeze because they panic for a moment that I'm in the doc at the same time as them. It's really funny. Some of them just leave and then they don't go back in. Some of them will be like, yes. And I'm like, okay, this is what I need you to do. So it's one way that I can instantly communicate with them. I can type in their docs. And the other thing that we do, obviously, is use Google Classroom. So I'll go class by class, subject by subject, and go into each one of the kids' docs. If they're doing what they've been taught to do, they're hitting turned in. If not, I can still go into the assigns to look at each individual student's work, click on their names and see what they're up to. So our goal really is to make sure that they're doing the work appropriately and that they're getting the feedback in a timely manner. We're in the middle of writing a narrative, and I don't want the kids to get too far. Sometimes we call it off-roading, where they're doing something other than what we've taught them to do in school. And I'd hate for a kid to write an entire paragraph or story that isn't exactly the way that we've taught them to do it. So we're constantly on top to give them as much real-time feedback as possible.
Right, so that reminds me of how it would be in a classroom where the student's working on something and you can immediately see that they're kind of off-roading. So this gives you that opportunity.
And I say to them, I can't stand behind them like I do in the classroom. So the next best thing that I have is stalking them. And they joke about that, whether it's via Hapara or via Google Classroom. As much as I can get into their documents at the same time that they're working on them, is that real-time feedback the same, as close as we can get to what was in the classroom.
That's awesome.
That's great. Karen, let's go back into Hapara for a second. Let's surprise a student right now and see if we can get a good reaction.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Let's see if we get somebody. Dylan would be the ultimate. Is he there? Dylan, are you there? He's the one who told me he had a serious question before, so let's see. He was in his social studies e-log. Last edit was made seconds ago. Where is he? Is he done? One of the inventors you watched about. Oh, he's in there. He's in there. Okay. That freaks them out too. That's always funny. I'm like, if I try to type in there, I try to put my cursor down below. Did you see he wrote back hi? Oh,
Hi,
he picked
Dylan.
an excellent topic. So today in social studies, they watched about famous inventors. And they had to write about one of the inventors that they watched. And he picked this Madam C.J. Walker. I have to type back to him and tell him that there was a show on Netflix that documented her life. And he's the kind of kid that would totally watch that. Let's see if he answers back. He's doing his work.
Yeah, that's great. Well, we'll let you get back to work in a minute also, Karen. So this is great. What do you think is next for you and your students? This is working great. Anything else you want to try with your students or with your class?
I think that the next thing that we want to do is we've had whole class group meets, but I think that the best thing that we can do is try to do some Google Hangouts with like multiple kids on the same screen. They get really excited when we've had the entire classroom together, but they're way too excited to do anything work-wise. So most of the time it's a social visit, but we need to get down to business. So I think what we'll do is try to have like maybe 4 or 5 students at a time on a private group Google Meet where we're focusing on something that they all need. So it'd be like a small group setting. The classroom is now a Google Meet where we're having troubles writing openings for our stories, or we're having difficulty multiplying fractions by whole numbers. So that's the next thing that we'll do as we move forward with distance learning.
Karen, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for talking tech today. It was great to see you and your fish, and we wish you the best.
Thanks. It was great to see you guys too. And I just want to tell all the teachers out there, just hang in there. We've got this one day at a time. Every day's the same, but every day's different.
Thank you.